The forgotten British masterpiece that shocked everyone. Muscle Car Masters is excited to share the story of the forgotten British masterpiece, the Rover P6. In 1963, this groundbreaking luxury sedan stunned the automotive world with its innovative engineering, including a unique suspension system, crumple zones, and a padded dashboard years ahead of its time. Designed to house a gas turbine engine, the P6 was a bold vision that could have redefined the industry. Despite its potential, it slowly faded into obscurity. What caused this revolutionary car to be forgotten? Join us as we uncover the fascinating story of the Rover P6, one of Britain's most overlooked automotive gems. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Muscle Car Masters for more legendary muscle car content. The birth of the P6. By the late 1950s, Britain's roads were evolving. The rise of motorways meant drivers needed something beyond the traditional, outdated saloons. Enter Rover's engineering masterminds, Spen King and Gordon Bashford, who saw a golden opportunity. They envisioned a car that could blend high-speed cruising ability, precise handling, and modern luxury, all without the sky-high maintenance costs of a Jaguar. Their answer? A clean-sheet design packed with innovation. Instead of following the status quo, they drew inspiration from cutting-edge European designs like the Citroën DS, crafting a car that was not only stylish, but also engineered for the future. The result was the Rover P6, a game-changer that combined sophistication with practicality. It wasn't just another British sedan. It was built to meet the demands of a new generation of professionals who wanted performance, comfort, and efficiency in one sleek package. Rover's engineering team didn't just tweak an old blueprint. They started fresh, drawing inspiration from the most innovative designs of the era. One of their biggest influences? The Citroën DS, a car that redefined automotive engineering. Lead designer David Bache took cues from its sleek, futuristic styling, shaping the P6 into something that looked nothing like its British competitors. But innovation wasn't just skin-deep. The team in Solihull developed an advanced front suspension system using a bellcrank mechanism, giving the P6 exceptional ride quality and handling. And here's where it gets even more ambitious. The engine bay was intentionally designed to be wide enough for Rover's experimental gas turbine engine. While that radical powertrain never made it to production, it proved just how forward-thinking the P6 really was. The 1963 Earl's Court debut. On October 9, 1963, the automotive world witnessed something truly groundbreaking at the Earl's Court Motor Show, the unveiling of the Rover P6. This wasn't just another British saloon, it was a radical departure from tradition. The first model, the Rover 2000, packed an all-new 2.0-liter overhead cam engine producing 104 horsepower. What made it special? Its perfectly square design, with a bore and stroke of 3.4 inches each, optimized for high-speed motorway cruising, something unheard of in traditional British engine design. At a time when most British cars still relied on old pushrod engines, the P6 showcased Rover's forward-thinking approach. It was more than just a new car. It was a statement that British engineering could compete with the best in the world. And from the moment the covers came off, the crowd knew they were witnessing something truly special. The P6's revolutionary construction. When Rover designed the P6, they didn't just build another executive saloon. They redefined how a car could be constructed. Instead of the traditional body-on-frame design used by most British manufacturers, or a full unibody like its American and European rivals, the P6 featured a modular base unit with bolt-on, non-stressed body panels. This concept, reminiscent of the Citroën DS, allowed for easier repairs and potential future upgrades. It was a radical approach for the time, showcasing Rover's commitment to innovation. But the real engineering marvel lay beneath the car. The rear suspension featured a de Dion tube, a setup often found in high-end performance cars, offering better handling and stability. However, Rover took it a step further. The tube was split into two telescoping sections. This eliminated the need for sliding splines in the drive shafts, a common weak point in other De Dion designs. It was an elegant solution that balanced comfort with precise handling, making the P6 a dream to drive, whether on winding British B roads or the newly emerging motorway network. Inside, the P6 was just as groundbreaking. Safety was a relatively new concept in the 1960s, but Rover was ahead of the curve. The dashboard was heavily padded to minimize injuries in a crash, something few manufacturers considered at the time. One of the most unusual yet practical features was a plastic prism mounted on the front fenders, designed to help drivers judge the car's corners in low-light conditions. However, this feature had to be altered for some export markets due to differing safety regulations. The initial Rover 2000, with its 104 horsepower, single carburetor engine, set a new benchmark for executive cars. But Rover wasn't done yet. In 1966, they introduced the 2000 twin carburetor, boosting power to 110 horsepower. At first, this hotter version was only available for export, particularly targeting the North American and continental European markets. The TC gave the P6 an extra punch, making it even more appealing to performance-minded buyers. The birth of the 3500. The biggest leap forward for the Rover P6 came in 1968 with the introduction of the 3500, a game-changer that elevated the car from an executive sedan to a true performance machine. At the heart of this transformation was the legendary Rover V8, a lightweight aluminum powerhouse that started life as a Buick design before Rover engineers refined it for British roads. With 146 horsepower under the hood, the 3500 could hit 114 miles per hour and sprint from 0 to 60 in just 10.5 seconds. Serious performance for its era. But squeezing the V8 into the P6 wasn't as simple as a straight swap. Engineers had to shift the front suspension crossmember forward to make room for the larger engine. They also added an extra air intake beneath the front bumper to improve cooling and to maintain balance. The battery was relocated to the trunk. Despite these modifications, the car's overall dimensions remained unchanged, a testament to how well the original design anticipated future upgrades. The 3500 wasn't just about speed, it was about effortless, refined performance. The smooth, torquey V8 made highway cruising a breeze, and with a 3-speed automatic transmission as standard, the car appealed to those who wanted both power and comfort. The P6 had always been an innovative sedan, but with the addition of the 3500, it became something more, a serious competitor in the growing market of high-performance European saloons. The Series 2 update and emission compliance. In 1970, the Rover P6 received a major facelift with the introduction of the Series 2, also known as the Mark II. The updates were designed to enhance both aesthetics and functionality. One of the key changes was the relocation of the battery to the trunk across all variants, a feature that had already been implemented in the 3500 model. The front air intake was redesigned as well, swapping the original aluminum unit for a more durable plastic version. Inside, the 2000 twin carburetor variants received a much-needed modernization, with sleek new circular gauges and rotary switches that added to the car's futuristic feel. As emission standards tightened, especially in California, Rover responded by introducing the 2200 series in 1973. This variant was specifically engineered to meet the more stringent pollution control regulations of the time while maintaining the P6's blend of performance and luxury. The Series 2 updates kept the P6 relevant, helping it compete in a rapidly evolving automotive market while staying true to the innovative spirit that had defined it from the start. The P6's international production. The Rover P6 was not just a hit in the UK, it quickly gained international recognition, with production spreading to far corners of the globe. One notable chapter in the P6's journey was its assembly in New Zealand. From 1971 to 1976, the New Zealand Motor Corporation's plant in Stoke Nelson produced the Rover 3500, alongside other British Leyland models. This wasn't just a local success either. An impressive 2,400 of these New Zealand-built P6s found their way to Australia, making for a fascinating trade route between hemispheres for British cars. Meanwhile, the engine evolved too. The Series 2 updates included an enlarged 2.2-liter version of the original four-cylinder engine. The bore was increased to 90.5 millimeters while keeping the stroke at 85.7 millimeters, which significantly improved torque and made the car more responsive, especially when meeting the tougher emission regulations of the time. But what really made the P6 stand out internationally was the quirky, one-of-a-kind conversions it inspired. One such example was the Asura Estate, created by Battersea-based coach builder FLM Panelcraft. Though Rover never officially produced a station wagon variant, the Asura conversion gave families and businesses the practicality of an estate car, combined with the P6's luxury and performance. While details are scarce, thanks to a fire that destroyed many records, it's believed that over 200 of these conversions were produced, most based on the 3500 model due to the hefty 800-pound cost of conversion. Rover's failed attempt to crack the American market. Rover had big ambitions to make a mark in the American market, but despite their efforts, success remained elusive. To appeal to American buyers, they introduced the North American dollar area models, specially tailored for the U.S. market. These versions featured distinctive wraparound bumpers, sleek hood air scoops, and wing reflectors, giving the P6 a more aggressive and modern look. The addition of features like air conditioning, power windows, and the innovative Ice Alert system, designed to warn drivers about icy road conditions, helped elevate its luxury status. However, despite these thoughtful adaptations, the P6 couldn't break through. By 1971, Rover had sold fewer than 1,500 units in the U.S., marking its final year in the American market. The final years and legacy of the P6. As British Leyland's quality control issues mounted, the latter years of the P6's production were marred by growing reliability concerns. One of the most publicized incidents occurred in August 1975 when the British Automobile Association's Drive magazine awarded a trophy to a Rover 3500 for being the worst new car in England. The vehicle in question had endured a nightmarish 6 months, with 3 engine replacements, 2 gearboxes, and 2 clutch housings, spending a staggering 114 days in the workshop out of a possible 165. This starkly highlighted the challenges facing the P6 during its final years. Despite these setbacks, production continued until March 19, 1977, when the last Rover 3500S, registered as VVC 700S, rolled off the line. By the time it ended, over 322,000 P6s had been built in various configurations, cementing its place in automotive history. The P6's successor, the Rover SD1, took a radically different approach to the executive car market, but the innovative design and engineering of the P6 had already made its mark, influencing generations of cars that followed. The Rover P6 stands as a benchmark in British automotive design, blending groundbreaking innovation, practical engineering, and bold styling. Despite later quality concerns, its role as a trailblazer in the executive car market remains undeniable. Today, the P6 is revered by collectors and car enthusiasts, admired not only for its forward-thinking features, like its revolutionary suspension and advanced safety, but also for its lasting influence on the evolution of modern automobiles. A true icon, The P6 continues to capture the hearts of those who recognize its pioneering spirit. If you appreciate the forgotten gems of the automotive world, the P6 is a must-see. Don't forget to like, share, and explore more incredible stories on the Muscle Car Masters channel.